What's going on, everyone? Titus here with Real Breaks and Tops live from New York Comic Con. I got a very special guest here with me. I got Sam hanging out with us, and Sam has been busy at the Tops booth. Sam, do you want to start off telling us a little bit about your involvement here with Garbage Pail Kids and Tops at the show? And in the meantime, I'm going to rip open our case, and we'll get started here. We're going to have 12 boxes in this one. Next 12 boxes will be at 4 o'clock Eastern. But Sam, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Sam Gras. I go by Cosplay Dad, and I have been a Garbage Pail Kid fan since the beginning. I've always had Garbage Pail Kids, and I just love to see that they're coming back and that people are excited for them. Joe and I had met 5 years ago, and at that show, I was dressed as Lex Luthor. Got a bald head, so make a really good look for that. And he had asked me, what's the next costume? Truthfully, I was kind of done. But I kind of said, Adam would be a really cool costume to take care of and really kind of go out strong with. And for the next couple of years, we talked about it, and we finally pulled the trigger. Tops wanted to do it, and here I am.
Awesome. So for those of you online that have not gotten a chance to see Sam here live at the show, dressed up as Atom Bomb. And huge hit, massive explosion coming out of your head. How tall is it actually with the
That's a very good question. I can tell you, in my living room, I couldn't even stand on my knees. So how tall is it? I'm thinking it's probably between 9 to 10 feet. But I might have to go back to playback and find out.
Yeah, I think we need to get a measurement. Can we get that? Can we get Guinness out here? But no, fantastic work. How long did it take you to put that together?
It depends on who you ask. I think it took me about 6 months. You ask my girlfriend, it took me 2 years.
It's been in the works for a while.
Definitely a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of what are you thinking about? I'm thinking about the costume. And it was amazing to be able to have the ability to talk to Joe and work with Dirt and Co. all the way through with any of these processes. And the amazing thing with the GPK community is that all the artists, including even some of the original like Tom Bunk, they're so accessible, they're so excited to talk about this art and what it meant to them drawing it back in the 80s and now what it means to us in the, as adults. To be able to have our own children to be interested in this, it's just a lot of fun.
Yes, tell me a little bit more about that. I know you were telling me that your kids are also into Garbage Pail Kids and love to rip packs with you. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Like I said, I've always been a Garbage Pail Kid, never grew up, and so my daughter from an early age, that kid started reading and reads better than I do now. And so with her, she had chosen her favorite very early on, and she knew what she wanted. And then her little brother, he's 5, so he's at the perfect age, and he just wants all the Garbage Pail Kids. He loves the Chrome, but he wants Sapphire. I'm like, that kid's got a rich eye. We all have our favorites and are attracted to different characters, but then they're just amazing, and it's such a great way to communicate and be a collector.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got box number 1 here going to Jeffrey Rockholtz. It's our first numbered parallel. We got Rocky and Roll on the Atomic number 25 out of 150. That one started off in the mids. And remember, every box here is going to also receive the GPK Lydia Liberty promo card. So I'll make sure to get those stashed with each box. Good luck to you, Jeffrey. So what is your favorite card of all time from GPK?
So that's a good question. I mean, now that I am actually out of bomb, it might be out of bomb, but you've got Slimy Sam and Soft Boiled Sam, so those are my namesake characters. From there you got Hot Rod, and for me, it's OS 1 through 5. Those are my characters.
Sure.
But I love them all, and to be able to, like I said, now we know who the artists are, and to be able to draw the characters and learn how to really draw a Garbage Pail Kid, they're all my favorite.
So when are they going to commission you to put some cards in here?
One more time.
So when are they going to commission you to put some cards in here?
Right? I don't know. At first, I want a Garbage Pail Kid. I want the Atom Bomb costume card. That's the card I want.
Joe Blow, there we go, on the
What do we
Green
got?
Wave. Joe Blow Green Wave.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Green Wave's going to be numbered out of 299. Beautiful
That's a
card.
pretty card,
Go ahead and
for
slap
sure.
that one in the midst. So I was talking to someone that stopped by the booth earlier, and I said, I just want one Superfractor today, so we got to make it happen.
That's right. We need that.
And once again, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. So if you have not had a chance to check us out at Real Breaks Live on all of those platforms. And we're happy to be here hanging out with Tops and Sam here for this break.
One of the more exciting things with the release of Sapphire and Chrome is that breaks are becoming a thing in the garbage dumping community. We never did them before. So to be able to be part of breaks, and whether it's choosing numbers or case breaks and doing full boxes or characters, it's just a whole different world to the garbage dumping community.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the sports card world is kind of creeping over into the GPK world and bringing box breaks with it. So this is, I believe, as close as we're going to get to Atom Bomb in this set.
Well,
Zippy Zip there.
I think there's a name with the atom for that as well.
Right on. Dinosaur Refractor. Horsey Henry, Purple Weight. So what's next after doing the Atom Bomb?
I'm taking a long vacation. I'm going to actually be doing the Philly Non-Sports Card Show next week with Adam as well. And we've got a couple of GPK artists that are going to be appearing there. After that, haven't figured that one out. But as far as costume-wise goes, this was kind of my swan song. I'm done.
Yeah, this is the big one.
Yeah. Next.
That'll do it there for box number 1. We get these stashed and then we'll keep rolling. Go ahead.
I was going to say that next, at this point, like, I'm done with the cosplay dad aspect, more the dad, so if my daughter wants to be doing, she's all into the anime, whatever she wants, I'm happy to make the costumes with her, not for her, but with her, teach her what she needs to know, but I'm done wearing the costumes. Adam's my costume.
That'll probably be more fun anyways, helping create her ideas and bring them to life.
I got into it. The name Cosplay Dad became kind of my name because of her. I didn't do cosplay for myself necessarily. When she was about a year and a half, her first words were, Siona Robin, Daddy Batman. And I swear she would have been mad if I wasn't dressed as Batman at that Comic-Con. So it was New York Comic-Con. We came as Batman and Robin, and my friend, I did his Nightwing costume. I was jealous. Nightwing was better than all of them. But it kind of spurred from there. Did Soundwave and Rumble the next year for New York Comic-Con, and we won some contests with that. Did some AOL. They invited us to be on the contest for the AOL streaming site at that point. And every couple of years, we got to do some great costumes with COVID. Things kind of went to the wayside, but it was a fantastic opportunity to really focus on the Atom costume and to be able to come out here and wear that and represent a brand and a company that I've loved since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
It was incredible, and it was really fun to have all the kids run over to me, and I was able to get down on my knees in the costume and give them high fives. And of course we did, fist bumps and explosions. Like, you're out of bomb, you gotta do that.
I'm sure they all wanted to press the detonator.
Absolutely. That's the one thing that I need to work a little bit on. I need to make sure that detonator gives an extra added explosion. That's gonna probably be
I like it. That's the next phase.
Yeah.
So how many years is this for you at New York Comic Con?
New York Comic Con, I've been going before Reed Pop took over, so I'm probably at 7, 8, 9 years. In costume for 5 or 6. but I've lost track of all time.
And how much has it changed in those 9 years?
I mean, it's changed incredibly to the point where everything, there's so many patterns out there, there's so many tutorials. A lot of things are print and play, and you can learn so much about cosplay and how to hone your skills through all the amazing cosplayers that are willing to share them on YouTube. It's incredible. You don't know how to do something, it's there. And that's everything in this world, but specifically with cosplay, there's so many people out there, and so to be able to utilize that information and use it towards that bomb, but also 3D printers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's just a game changer.
That opens the door for a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, I'm doing my daughter's brother, right? Yeah, my daughter's brother. He wants to be Wolverine. Okay, I'm here at New York Comic Con. His helmet's being printed at home, so by the time I get home, he's gonna have his helmet.
Incredible. So, what tips would you have for someone that wants to get more involved with the GPK community as a whole?
With the GPK community is come in with an open mind. You know, the funny thing is the first thing you always hear is, I have these cards, or I had them as a kid.
Yep.
The nostalgia's there. You love it. It's great to have people come in and be excited. Don't think you're going to make $1 million off the cards that are in there on it. That's not really how the community is. Most of us know each other. That's how small our community is. There's a couple great groups on Facebook, and be there, listen, find out what people are interested in, and for yourself, figure out what you want. There's, especially now, we're in this heyday of GPK, and there's so much product out there. Every day is figure out what's important to you, what makes you excited. For me, I love the chrome, I love the sapphire, but my heart is in the original stuff. I collect foreign cards and those things. I've improved my Hebrew so much because I've been collecting, and my time, like my sleep schedule is off because I'm talking to those guys at 4 o'clock in the morning every morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's so much passion there, and to be able to.
Here we go, Joe Blow Black Refractor.
What do we get?
Joe Blow Black Refractor. And we got a Revved Upton Gold out of 50 as well. So nice little box here. It's number 81 of 99. Nice card there.
Can I see that?
Yep, absolutely.
That's. To be honest, I bought my case of Sapphire. I opened it, but I got inundated with a couple other things. With Chrome. I bought one box of Chrome and a complete set. Got some Sapphire. So some of these more special cards I haven't gotten into yet. I'm saving my money for Chrome 4.
Yeah.
When we talk about favorite characters, my daughter's favorite character, oh man, it's Harriet. And I don't know why it's her favorite character, but it's her favorite character. And because of that, she wants it all. She wants an army. I don't know where it came from. I don't collect like that. She wants an army. And so 5 years ago or so, she was about 5 years old, and she says, Daddy, I want them all. I said, okay, I'll get you 5, I'll get you 6, 10, 20. No, I want them all. I said, we agreed on 150 because that's Harriet's number. And now she's probably got 1,500 at this point. And it's just crazy how different collectors collect different things, and that's how you're attracted. For me, I love having complete sets, and I love having error cards. Those are things that make my day, is having cards that are so just WTF. You gotta wonder what people, how they ended up in the packs.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a crown jewel of your collection?
Crown jewel of my collection for sure is going to be, probably a top 10, but I would say the Israeli cards that I have. In Israel, unlike in the US, they had albums.
Sure.
And they were more like the Panini or Panera. I'm messing that name up, so apologize to them. Where they were sticker albums.
Sure.
We didn't have that with the garbage trophies. They were treated more like baseball cards.
Yep.
And so in Israel, they had albums, and and stickers. They didn't have cardboard backs. And in college, one of my friends saw the untouched sheet that I had in my dorm room, and he says to me, "Hey Sam, I had that as a kid." You know, I kind of give him the roll on. I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool." He tried to re-explain to me, no, he had him as a kid, and he had him in Israel, which meant he had him in Hebrew. I went a little slow. It took me a minute to realize that they had foreign cards. I didn't even know that. 20 years old, I didn't know. And so he says, "I'm going to give you my album." I also didn't understand what he meant by album because we didn't have them.
Sure. Yep.
And all my friends, like I said before, I've never grown up. I've always been a garbage pail kid. All my friends say they're going to get these cards. No one ever did. This guy mails this album from Israel. 6 months later, it shows up in my mailbox. I had no idea to expect it. It blew my mind. And to be able to have an album, and that album included series 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. And so in there you had all the heavy hitters. And that got me hooked. And so now with all the opportunities online, I've been collecting those nonstop, and I'm getting pretty close to getting a complete set. Some of those cards, just base cards, are over $100 because they're so hard to find.
Yeah, 7 out of 199 on that one.
So Crown Jewel, I would have to say, would be somewhere in there.
Sure. Yeah.
The Atom Bomb from Israel, maybe the album. But
well, just part of the story behind it on how it actually came into your collection is fantastic.
Yeah. We've been friends ever since. It's amazing.
So how crazy did the GPK community go when Topps announced they're going to do Sapphire? Sapphire has been such a huge product for the sports card community.
We didn't know about it.
Yeah.
We really didn't know about it. Caught us blindsided, and with the Sapphire being released to the Montgomery Club, we didn't get our hands on it.
Yeah.
And then it was released for a very short period of time, for a very quick minute on the Topps website. If you got it, you got it. But even then, it was like you could only buy one pack at a time.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I'm a little slow at times, but I just didn't understand even what it was because I don't know sports. I'm the guy that will fall asleep during a baseball game if I have to go. It's just not my world. I don't understand it at all. So when Sapphire was released, it just wasn't geared to us. And so now it's trying to play catch up. I'm still working on my base Sapphire set. There's probably about 8 cards I'm still looking for. But I do have 6 teal soft-boiled Sams. What was interesting was I think there are 23 teals that have not shown up.
Yeah.
Our Garbage Pail Kid community is such a small, tight-knit community that we're able to track cards that are open, cards that are out there. And it's pretty damn accurate, which is insane. I mean, I love it. Like, one of the guys, he lives about a mile away from where I work, and I'll ride with my electric skateboard over to his house for an hour, and we'll just chat about statistics. To me, that's an amazing fact, to be able to really be able to pinpoint where they are, who's got them, where they're at. It should be interesting. Hopefully we get another Sapphire set, and this time I'll be in the know.
You'll be ready for it.
I hope so, yeah.
Well, there's also an interesting release too, because you got a lot of people like me that were Montgomery Club members and primarily had it for baseball cards, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, GPK Sapphire, all right, I'll buy this. And nobody knew what we were getting into, and just how special that set was going to become.
We still have people in our community doing breaks every day, buying into the Atom Bomb, Papadasa.
Yep.
Nobody can figure out how to pronounce that name, and was found. So that was kind of cool to have that discovered.
Yeah, and what was the bounty on that again?
It was like $30,000.
Yeah.
Something insane. I think that for me, I looked at that and it's like, That's crazy. But it is, the brakes are, it's just a different monster and it's fun, especially with these newer cards. I plan to participate in so many breaks when Chrome 4 comes out because I need that Harriet card. I bought a case for myself and some will be used as trade bait for somebody actually pulls that, you know, one of one that I need.
Yep.
Hey, let's do 5 boxes, let's do 6 boxes, let's do some money, whatever it is. Like, we've really gotten to a point where it's a big deal. You know, it's a fun new world for us out there.
And when is Series 4 scheduled to
I think
debut?
it's December time, so it's kind of
getting
very
close.
similar. We've had last year with COVID, we had a lot of things kind of released all simultaneously.
Sure.
A challenge, you know. We had the regular series. I want to say it was late to school, but I've lost track too. Might have been a different one. That would have been really late to school. We had 35th anniversary come out that year. Then we had Chrome, and then almost immediately came Sapphire, and then Back to the Streets came out as well.
Yep.
So with Sapphire, it was a 32 card set, smaller box. You were only allowed to buy one at a time on the Topps website. I didn't realize it was Series 1 and 2 in full completion. I thought it was a best of 32, and you got all 32 in that set. That's kind of how my mind was working.
Sure.
And so once I kind of figured out what we were really looking at, then I kind of was kicking myself a bit.
Yeah, this is going to be big. Yeah, because a lot of the GPK releases are complete sets that Topps does on their website, correct? Or they do those frequently, right?
We get sets frequently, but there's still sets you need to build.
Sure.
So
Yep.
you get the weekly sets, which they haven't done as much this year. But that weekly set is almost a full year, if not a full year, of 52 sets for the week.
Yep.
And so if you can collect all 52, I mean, that's a big
It's a lot
deal.
of work.
It is a lot of work. You miss one set, you're in trouble.
But yeah, so I'm sure a lot of people, when Sapphire comes out and it's a 32 card box, thought the same thing as you, that it was a 32 card set.
Yeah, no, we were definitely blindsided with it, but it brought a lot of new people into the community.
Absolutely.
Too.
Yep. So you're gonna be ready for the Montgomery Club renewal at the end of the year?
I'm not a Montgomery Club renewal person. If I can get in, maybe. The problem is, like I said, I'm not a sports person.
Yeah.
They had a garbage bucket club that they did right after the Montgomery Club, right after the Montgomery Club released Sapphire. So the big question that the GPK community has is, will we be offered it as well?
Sure. Yep.
Because we are a club, and it seemed to make sense, but it's anyone's guess.
Yep. Yeah, and like the majority of people in Montgomery Club are doing it for the baseball cards. That was box number 4 for Matt Makita. We got one more box for Matt. We're working our way through. We did get the Adam Byrne refractor there.
So how did everybody sign up to get the boxes?
So for this particular break, 3 of the boxes were given away at the Topps booth. Those will be the last 3 boxes of the case. The other 9 were purchased on our websites, and same for the 4-o'clock break. Just one more for Matt's. Work our way through.
Because Chrome's at a much nicer price point than Sapphire, you can do a full box break.
Yep.
You know, with Sapphire, we were doing more character breaks, which is also fun.
Yep.
I think that with the Sapphire, though, with the character breaks, you have to really pay attention much more to the statistics. So, for instance, I was saying that I had purchased right away. It's like as soon as they hit the website on eBay or wherever, I had purchased 6 soft-boiled Sams and the teal. And the reason I did that was because I saw teal. I didn't really look other than those Sam. And I assumed at some point it's either you click it, you buy it now, or you're gonna miss out.
Yeah.
I assumed I must have bought one slide of Sam. Well, it turns out that for whatever reason, whatever error in printing, we're not getting any teal in this slide of Sam.
Okay.
So as I'm opening my mail the next week or two, I keep opening Pail, and I keep getting soft whale Sam.
Yeah,
Soft whale Sam.
yep.
I'm like, where's my slimy Sam? Went back to my purchases and realized I didn't buy one.
Yeah,
So
they just didn't pop up.
when I do participate in the breaks, it's the Pail's the easiest of the hardest ones to find, or the limited edition ones. So therefore, I don't have that opportunity because it's not there.
Sure. Are there any other Sams that you're competing with to collect?
There aren't any
those?
other Sams out there that I know of, but there are other people that love that character.
Sure.
Thankfully, with soft-boiled Sam, he's the lead character.
Yep.
So Crackjack does go for a little bit more, but he's a fan favorite among some of my friends. We've got a very special name for him that I can't say online.
And I believe there are artist autographs in this product, correct?
Yeah, there are. Yeah, yeah. If there's a Tom Bunk in there, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. Might have to.
I think Dave Gras is in here too, who's going to be joining us for the
Yeah, he'll be
for
here
the
this
4 p.m.
afternoon.
break.
I think I saw him out of the corner of the mask, out of mask today.
Yep. Yeah, I think he's going to be signing at the Tops booth and then also joining us for a break.
Yeah. No, Dave is fantastic. I bought actually some of his artwork. He's done some amazing work. One of the week breaks where we did, he did a punk version of Adam. I was like, I need that in my collection. So I think Adam F. Goldberg had already bought the vinyl, so I got the rough art, but that's okay because I love to see the work in progress stuff.
Sure,
That's
absolutely.
Kind of my thing.
Yep, the journey. About a 150 there. What's been your favorite part of the show so far here at New York Comic Con?
Getting out of costumes.
Does it get hot in there?
It gets hot in there. It gets a little claustrophobic. It gets better over time just because when things work. So I have a couple sets of fans in there that really work well. The problem is that there's not a lot of communication in there. So if I'm having an issue, there's nothing I can do.
Sure. There's another gold Terminator T2 Tootie. Yeah, this is still box number 5. Just getting through the first half of the case. Hanging out here with Sam. Swap that one into the mitts. So typically when we do sports breaks, we do a lot of pick your team and random team breaks. So similar to how you're talking about character breaks for TPK, we do the same thing but with teams. And actually right now, as I'm ripping this, Emil is doing a random player break, 5 different cases of Bowman, and you get 1 player from the checklist. So kind of a fun format that has been really popular in our group.
The other fun thing with our character breaks though now is because none of us got necessarily boxes or cases.
Yep.
You know, breakers got what they have, but now we all have 20, 30, 40 of our favorite characters.
Yeah.
And so now we have to try and figure out how to share them amongst each other.
Yeah, sure.
So that creates a whole nother challenge out there. But it's been fun, you know. It's the cards are beautiful. Hopefully next time around they'll make it a little bit easier on the collector.
Sure. So that will do it for Matt's box number 5. I think it has 2 boxes in the break later today as well. Let's keep going. We got Rob Garnier with box number 6. Let's keep it rolling. And again, if you're watching online and have any questions for Sam, feel free to ask them, and I will do my best to relay them. next break will be at 4 o'clock Eastern, so we got 2 hours till that next case goes live. And then I'll have Star Wars at 6 p.m. And that is going to do it for my Comic-Con breaks. So just another reminder, we are all sold out, but we have a bunch of Joe Simcoe autographs as well as a couple of the Comic-Con GPK sets that Topps is selling here at the show that will be randomly given away to everyone that's bought boxes at the show. So pretty good chance at getting something extra added.
So I'm going to point something out, which is kind of fun about this set.
Yep.
Let me see if I can do that. What box number?
This is box number 6.
Anything good yet? So while you're breaking,
Yep.
I'll point this part out. Where can I
Sun.
show that one?
Yep.
So with this distorted dot, Topps only produce distorted dot. You got A and B, so there is no secondary name for that character.
Oh,
It's an
interesting.
interesting thing because typically you get your A name and your B name,
Yep,
but
yep.
there was an error in printing and they
We got
only kept-
double distorted dot.
Yeah,
Very interesting. Well, thanks for sharing that with us.
absolutely.
Any other quirks with this set? I know you said
Not
that
so
you collect
much.
air cards.
Yeah, I don't think that there are any in this set other than that one, which
Sure.
is a pretty big deal.
Yeah. So does that mean on the parallels we've got double the amount of parallels for
I would think so. Yeah.
for each of them? So I guess the only difference would be on the front that it would still list it as A and B, right? But same name.
Yes, correct. Yeah, you would still have the A and B name, but then we're sorry.
But-
You would
but
have
the-
the same
but the name
name,
is
but
same.
the number
Yep.
would be A and B. Correct. Confused me there. It's a good thing I did the costume and met with you today.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I came out of that costume just a mess. Like, even putting it on today, I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, that arm was just
I
so
agree to do this again
sweaty.
today.
Yeah. Why? You don't want to join us? Absolutely.
Lime green, Galloping Glen. So Cameron, did you say what your favorite was from this particular set?
Oh, from Series 3, I would have to say it's Hot Rod.
Hot Rod, all right. So we get a Hot Rod parallel. Spinning Spencer on the Prism. Number out of
I'm
199.
totally off. Roy Bot.
It's a really clean looking card here. Purchased Percy on the Black Wave.
Everyone thinks it would be Sam.
Yeah, it's not?
No, absolutely not. Honestly, I hate that card. That's one of those cards that really obsessed me because it's U.S. Sam. It's not, or Uncle Sam. It's not
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
So
Yep.
like, I don't want to be associated with that card. At least with like Slimy Sam, Soft Boiled Sam, they're their own characters. So Uncle Sam was never my favorite character.
Here's Picky Mickey on the Refractor. Joe Blow Refractor, all right. We've seen a couple parallels of him come out. Do you own any Superfractors?
I do not.
Have you seen one pulled live before?
I've not seen. I've seen it pulled on a break before,
Okay.
but I have not seen like actually. I don't think I've ever held one.
All right. We got to change that today.
That's right.
Can we get you a Joe Simcoe Fury Road sign poster? So those are the ones that we are going to be giving away. So we've got like, I don't know, it's a dozen of them or something that we'll go to randomly to people that bought boxes here at the show. So not necessarily just GPK boxes, but if you bought one of the Star Wars boxes earlier or one of the WWE boxes yesterday, you'll be entered in for a chance to win those.
They did a really nice job on those 6x9 posters, high quality.
Yeah, they're beautiful, glossy stock.
There's big card stock. I mean, that's a nice piece. I knew about it coming into it, but I was really impressed by just the quality of the
Yeah, they did a good job with it. All right, last little stack here for box number 6. Be halfway through the case. Bustin' Dustin purple. We're going at 250.
You've also seen Fury Eric, which is another favorite of mine.
So you don't like Snooty Sam?
That's not 1 out of 10. But then you got that Pat Splat. I do like. That's right in front of you right there. I love that card. What I've done there is I took the soft-boiled Sam character. Like I said, I ride an electric skateboard of one wheel, and for me, I kind of took that same art and added soft-boiled Sam. Sorry, added slimy Sam and kind of had his tongue running through the wheel. And from Dave Gras, I just bought a rough art that he's had submitted for one of the newer sets, for the collector set actually, of soft-boiled Sam in that same pose. So it's kind of fun to be able to have both aspects.
Box number 7 will go to Adam Goldberg. So just a couple more boxes here, and then we'll get into the boxes that we're giving away at the Topps booth. So once again, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the comments. I will relay that. So where are you from?
I am from Pennsylvania originally, but lived here for 15 plus years. I went to college here, stuck around working in the music industry. It's kind of an obvious thing because I've always been a nerd. I always read my comics, and so of course I'm going to be a here at Comic-Con.
Yeah, absolutely. So not too far of a commute to get here.
When I lived here, no, it wasn't too bad. But now I live in Maryland, so it's a little bit of a trek.
Sure.
It's worth every second of it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is incredible.
It's fun to be back in the comic scene. It's fun to be out here. It's hard to kind of figure out who's who as it is. It's bad enough that all my friends are in cosplay. So
Yeah,
figure out where they are, but now we're all wearing masks, so it's even harder.
It's always fun for us coming to events like this, and like we were at the National Sports Card Collector Convention in Chicago this year, and typically we just get to see people's Facebook profile pictures and their name online, and having people come up and introduce themselves is really fun and getting to meet people. It's pretty special at these events.
Absolutely. I mean, and there are people that within our community, because it is such a niche market, we do get to know each other. We get to know some of us families. I've gotten together with a handful of people from the groups that have become friends more than just collectors. And next week is a big week for us, where we're able to do that in Philly at that convention, and then we do another one called GrosCon in Vegas. Hopefully next time around I'll be invited out as Adam.
The black refractor. Still nothing lower numbered than gold. I think it goes from gold down to red. 60 out of 99. Get your promo card up here too.
There's definitely something else in there.
There's some shiny stuff. Dasha board, green wave. We're going to $2.99. Keeping Tom. Fractor. Have you graded any of your GPK cards?
Have I graded any of my GPK? No, I haven't. I own a couple graded cards.
Okay.
But I haven't sent in. I have one of my closest friends from growing up, and it's so funny because I'm always kind of, I don't know if the word's embarrassed, but I'm always a little shy because on the back of the cards they've got your the awards, right? And they're all nasty. They're all making fun of it. I still have the ones with his name on it. But one of my best friends, his name's Eric. Sorry, Eric. But yeah, I've got that, and I got him into GPK because he's a huge baseball card guy. He does all the stuff. He was at the Nationals, like he was, So got him back into GPK as well, and so I just drew a total blank. What was the question?
We were talking about graded
So
GPK
graded.
cards.
Thank you. He had been telling me, Sam, get these cards graded, get them graded, and I couldn't get my act together to get it done, and I wish I did in a way because they are fun to have. The hard thing is just for me, I always want to know how I'm going to display my stuff. So I've got a PSA 10 Harry and I've got a couple PSA 9s of my favorite characters. I've got cards that would grade well, but now it's so hard to get them graded.
Yeah,
I'm just going to have to wait. I want to get some of the Israeli cards that I have, though, graded, authenticated, because one of the hardest things with those cards are, and I know we've seen it in the baseball card community, are that people manipulating cards. And because these are stickers, people, they put them in albums when they're kids, they try and take them out and try and put new backs on them. They're cards that are just, there's one card that I've been chasing for 5 years, and friends that also collect the Israeli cards, they told me these are cards you're not going to find, that they had chased for years.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, I'm here and still cannot find some of these cards.
Some specific ones.
Yeah. And so people, when there's money, they try and manipulate things.
Yep, absolutely.
So I would like to get some, and at this point, just like anything else, fake sneakers, fake anything. If you've been around it enough and you know the signs, you know what to look for. I've been able to do that with my Israeli cards.
Sure.
Hopefully help other people that have similar issues. I know who's making trouble, who's not. We've got a good community, but there's always new people coming in and always somebody looking to make some money, unfortunately.
Yeah. And anytime you have new people coming in, they're not necessarily going to know what to be looking for, and that's when you have to be careful.
Even cards that I have that I know have been manipulated, people have asked if they can buy them off me, even at cheap, and I won't do it for that reason. I don't know you. I don't know what your ethics are.
Sure,
Even if I sell cheap because of it's been manipulated.
And then they turn around and tell someone that it's not.
So I'd rather hold it, keep it.
Sure. Yep. Take it out of circulation.
Because when you're spending money on a card, it hurts.
Yep.
Sometimes it's not even money issues for me. Like if I got one last card I need, if I got that in my collection and think I have it, no matter what I paid, if I find out that it's fake, I'm going to be out of it. So I don't want to ever have that happen to someone.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, that is such a nice thing, compared to when it first came out in '86. We got Facebook now. We got the internet. We got all these opportunities, like you said, to be part of a much larger community and really access experts from across the country and world.
It is. When I started really getting into it as an adult, like I would separate the difference between me being a kid and collecting from the time. I'm 42 now, so I'd say I became an adult collector at like 36, and that difference is just like really being able to know what I want, how I want to do it, and what to look for, and how to be an expert in that field versus just going to yard sales and flea markets and asking around, because I would go to every place. People looked at me backwards and cross-eyed, like they were just out of style. And now people go into the card shops that have been around for a long time and they'll pull them out back. I'm like, didn't I ask 10 years ago?
Yeah.
But everybody has their kind of their draws and what they're into. But it's really nice to see GPK being represented and having the new artists do such a fantastic job and honor what was out there in the 80s and now give us something new. The cards for this convention, the New York Comic Con, I mean, that's a step above. They're really nice. It's a really great horror set. They've done 2 full horror sets that were out for general consumption, and this is just like an add-on bonus. And those cards, they're fantastic. They're chunky cards. And I don't know every artist that walked for them, but this is a full solid set.
Nice little stack here for box number 8. Good looking X Factor there. Punchy Perry.
In the original OS set, Punchy Perry would be a error cards there, depending on the die cut.
Sure.
We don't get die cuts here anymore. What's interesting with the Chrome is we did get the arrow on these cards where we hadn't had it before, but they're not stickers. So
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Should you try to peel one?
they're definitely, everybody tries.
It's gonna be tough. Yeah, that was box 8 for Reed. Go ahead.
Within the community, we've got a kind of a running joke of we've got a it's like cracked chrome where you like throw it in the microwave for 2 seconds and then it will crack the whole base card, and it looks really cool. So there's some people that have done it for full sets. It's just a kind of like fun, different.
Sure.
Something different.
Yeah, they didn't have Chrome when these first came out.
What's that?
So they didn't have Chrome when these first came out.
When I started collecting really as an adult, Chrome 1 and 2 of the Garbage Pail Kid was already released. I was smart enough to at least like, hey, these things are out there. I want them. I bought full sets. I bought the cards that I thought were special in the more limited edition. Really glad that I'm already part of the community because those cards are really hard to find now if you want to find a full set of 1 and 2.
Sure.
Because it had been a number of years since those were released.
And everybody played with them.
Yeah, well, everybody played with their original. With the Chrome ones, though, with 1 and 2, those were out there in the world, and well, I guess we did play them because we were putting them in the microwave. So if you want a full set now, it's a little bit harder. But yeah, as far as kids go, we were rough on them. I remember like I would put the cards in my front pants pocket, go play in the creek. You know, my counselors, how I learned about the Garbage Pail Kids. And they would give us the cards, and they were giving us the atoms. They were giving us OS 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But as a kid, they came out in 85. So I'm 6 years old. I'm not shopping for them myself, Later that year, my parents were letting me walk home and go to the little convenience store, the little family pharmacy that we were always at. And I picked up my cards. But those original Series 1 and 2, I didn't have enough of them. I took maybe I bought 1 Series 2 pack at a time.
Yeah.
Who would have had the thought, not me, not my parents, to buy a case? But
sit on it.
Yeah. I had all my friends know, and all my daughter's friends know. So now it's a fun time because I've got friends of friends, friends of my daughters. They'll call me up or they'll send me a Facebook message and say, hey, I've got cards in my attic. Do you want them? I'm like, yes, I do.
Absolutely.
The challenge, though, now is that because it's really here mainstream, everybody thinks that they're going to win the lottery.
We're worth a fortune.
So I kind of have to be careful on both sides. But I don't want to rip my friends off. At the same time, I don't want to overpay for something just because they think they're worth $1 million.
A couple low numbered parallels there. We got a gold out of 50 and then an orange out of 75. Starting off box number 9 for Jeff. So what advice would you have someone, let's say that you have some old Garbage Pail Kids cards that you come across, what advice would you have for
The
them?
first is to figure out what you have. And so with the garbage truck kits, you want to pull your cards. You want to pull cards 1 through 82. Pull 1 through 83. And that's your Series 1 and Series 2. Separate them first by 1 through 41, and then 42 through 83. Then figure out what have writing on it. Which one's really the corners are dinged. It's no different in the baseball card community. But those cards 1 through 83 are going to be, in general, your most expensive cards because those were the hardest ones to find. By the time it hit Series 3, which is what we're opening here, these were cards we all had as kids, and they were printed in such quantity that you could still purchase unopened boxes today. So being able to know what those cards are really important, being able to identify what the real money value is if it's something you're looking to sell, that's important. Cards with writing, because we all wrote on the back of the cards, whether it's a checklist, whether it was an award, they're not going to be worth anything, in that same kind of realm. So if you got an Adam Bomb checklist, that checklist is going to be more valuable than the Adam Bomb award because we used the checklist. We didn't have photocopy machines. We didn't have printers. Those type of things you couldn't do.
Yeah, no way to just go online and print off a checklist.
How much is a box?
So Topps gave away 3 at their booth, and the rest of them were $159 a box. But we are all sold out for the afternoon.
Tomorrow is any or no?
Nope, just today for GPK. So,
Just today.
Yep, just today. But yeah, now we're on to our 3 giveaway boxes. We got Keith with box number 10, then Casey box 11. And Tony with box number 12. So good luck. Again, these are given away at the Topps booth this morning. And now we get to see what they got to score.
He's a real GPK fan because he's got the shirt on.
Yeah, they've been ready for this one. Keith also grabbed the box in the second one.
All right, that pile has a super, and that's got the plate.
Alright, super and plate. Keith is calling here in this box. I hope so. Alright, so I'll get your promo card up there as well.
There it is. This is kind of that Harvey that one of my favorites. But then you got the Totem Polo. That was another one of the cards that my guys were like, that card is another card for me.
Sure, yeah.
But it's so much fun that they have all these characters and Tom Buffington and Jim and then you got just so much history there.
Yeah. How many different languages are the originals available in?
I don't know that number, but I would say upwards of 12.
Wow.
That's
incredible.
The Israeli cards were one-to-one play. That was the blueprint for the Japanese set.
Okay.
And so they did the same kind of album and the same numbering. One of the hardest things was because they got the names are in Hebrew. So you can't, and they're not the same names. So you're trying to match that aspect of it on cards. And the numbering is off too, because they have 4 or 5 series getting in an album and they weren't labeled from OS1 and up. So trying to kind of figure out how they match up was one of the most difficult things that I had at the beginning because nobody had created that list.
Yeah.
But I have it now and I'm always happy to share it.
You're the expert now.
There are plenty of other people out there, but I definitely am a go-to.
Sure.
The people I still have to rely on.
My mom recently started walking stocks, so I started having awards.
And I'm thankful to a lot of those guys, like the real old school guys. We have the GPK Underground, which is before Facebook. I wish I had known about it back in the day, but there was I never thought about it. I would always kind of check eBay, see what was out there, but that was kind of as far as the internet searches I go. But we have a huge community of collectors that have been doing it for a long time, and they've got cards of the items they have in their collection. And I'm just blown away every time people post.
There's some incredible stuff out there for, for GPK, for sports cards, for everything that people have sitting in their collections.
The amazing thing is that these were all hand-drawn and
Yeah.
painted.
Yeah.
And with that, to be able to kind of go back and look at this artwork and really see it as art, beyond the grossness
Really
of it.
appreciate it. Yep.
There's that gross, disgusting humor, but the artwork was stellar and it tells a story and illustrated. And we grew up as gun kids, and so I think it helped form a little bit of my personality.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So I was very excited.
Erie Eric, Purple Wave, number 250. It's a nice color here.
That's a pretty card. Who's getting this?
So I was
Right here.
Right here, and you've got Erie Eric on the shirt.
file layout.
That's the other nice thing that's happening now is that you're able to walk into stores and find merch with GPK where you couldn't find it before. So like this shirt I got from Chili's, which is pretty cool. Creepy Co's doing stuff. As well.
Yeah, and just
Also,
every time that they're able to collaborate with these different companies and just increase the brand awareness of GPK is awesome.
I went to Less Than Jake and Newfound Glory last night. I love those guys. I mean, I've lost track of how many times I've seen them. I mean, upwards of 100. And
So I'm right over here for you.
Roger, the bass player, is a huge Garbage Bucket fan. And so that was fun because he's a collector. But on top of that, I was wearing the shirt and just hanging out back because I didn't really want to be part of the crowd. We're still kind of in a pandemic, so I want to be safe. This guy comes over to me and he's like geeking out over my shirt. I'm like, that's awesome. I'm glad you're geeking out, and that's really fun because years ago I could do the same and no one would understand. So I just said, "You like the shirt? Let me show you something." And so, I showed him the picture of the costume, and he just his eyes flew out of his head.
So did breaks really take off in the GPK community during the pandemic?
Yeah, absolutely. It was Sapphires really what started it. Maybe we had one or the first break that I can think of was in a Series 9. In Series 9, there's one card in there that doesn't have a number. And so it's an error card from the black ink stopped printing, and it was a Canadian set. So you can buy that box with I think it's a Canadian set, but US gun, something random where those two things match up, you can find that card potentially. And so we were selling, I think it was $9 a pop.
Yep.
I think I bought 2 or 3 packs just to really support my friend who was doing it. I thought it was a cool idea. I never even knew what breaks were. I think my baseball card shop, they would talk about it as I was talking to barbecue kids. I kind of heard in the background, but it was just kind of, these breaks, but didn't understand it. So when we did it with the OS 9 set, that was a cool experience, and it wasn't a lot of money. It was a lot of fun. But then it took off between Sapphire and Pail and being able to do it. It's just a different world for us now. I brought my Sapphire album just in case there was somebody around here that had. I even messaged some of the guys in the groups to who's got cards, who's going to sell, trade. I've got them here. It'll probably happen next week though, because next week's much more a Garbage Bucket central.
Yeah, card focused. Yep. But I mean, so much of the breaks is just about the community. I mean, the cards are awesome, but having a chance to is is what makes it so special.
I would watch these breaks instead of putting on regular TV.
Yeah,
They're entertaining and they're fun, and to be able to communicate and have these type of conversations and just shoot the shit about these cards, it's just a fun experience.
Yeah, and as much as we would all like to just open our own packs all the time, you know, it is nice to be able to watch packs being opened and, you know, not have to buy them all yourself. So, obviously not quite the same, but just getting to experience not knowing what's going to come out and just rooting for other people is a lot of fun.
That's it. I mean, their breaks, I'll watch that. I'm not participating.
Yep.
Even more so because it is knowing those people and rooting them on and cheering them and being excited for what they pull. It's just like fun, different part of collecting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, getting to celebrate the big hits with everyone. Still Jill.
Before breaks, you know, we would do mail breaks. It was just like mail days of the hot stuff that you picked up.
Yep.
It would make my day when I would get mail from Israel, because
Sure.
it would be just stamped with like 7 different stamps on there, and so that was really exciting.
Yeah.
But to be able to do it with Chrome, same thing. Any chance you can celebrate, you know, as a collector is a good chance.
Hi, Casey. There was your box. I will set these aside for you. Some nice parallels for you. We've got one box left. So go for it. I want to. There you go. Last box is going to go to Tony. So I know Tony's been popping in and out, but hopefully he makes it back for his box. Let's do this. Last chance to get that super.
That's right. This has
can't
to
let
be
you
it.
down.
Come on, let's do it.
Called it. All right, and then once again, we'll be back at 4 o'clock Eastern, so about an hour and a half from now, with one more case.
You'll get the real artist. You got Dave Gras. He's an amazing person. So it'll be fun to hear his stories. I'll try and stop by as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Would love to have you swing by. It's been a pleasure having you on as a guest as well, and
Thank you for making it painless. This is fun.
yeah. This is way easier than having to walk around in your full get up.
I mean, the fun thing was is that I got friends wanting pictures. I'm like, I'm not taking pictures. Just look online.
Yeah.
And so one of my old roommate and one of my best friends of all time, he last night, like, I was just down the hotel after the show, and I'm just about to pass out, and he's like, you made the top news in Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even do Instagram, honestly. Like, I'm on there only for these type of things.
Sure.
But I find, like, putting hashtags, it's just too much energy.
There you go.
Thank you so much. I don't know if that makes me old or just, but I don't care that much to promote myself. Like, at one point when I was cosplay down and I was doing it was fun. But at this point, I'm just happy to be me, and I'm excited that the artist at Tops believed in me enough to do this costume.
Yeah.
There definitely times where I didn't believe in myself. So for them to come around and really believe in it and encourage me and get it to the point where it is just a phenomenal experience.
You've cemented yourself as a legend in the GK community.
I hope so.
All right, last box here going to Tony. Smelly Sally on the X Fractor. We're to 150. Lime green, Brad Habits. For the $2.99.
But they're also
Come on, Super. Marvin Gardens.
But also, the guy also did a book.
You know what? I realized I made, maybe it was a different one, but I had said there was just one part of it.
Yep.
Try and read that name.
And just distort that.
That's what it was.
This is a fantastic looking card here. Charlotte Webb with the green wave. Giving that full effect. Number to $2.99.
I think that was the era versus it having only one name.
Sodom Paula, Refractor. King size Kevin. Alright, last stack for Tony, last chance for that
Let's
super.
make that happen. What I think is amazing is that after opening so many boxes, you start getting a feel for it. You know right away, like before you even open, if there's something in that pack
Yeah.
or not.
Mushy Marsha, purple. It's out of $2.50. And that is going to do it for our first case of GPK for the day. So appreciate everyone hanging out. Huge thank you to Sam
Oh
for
my gosh,
joining us.
thank
It's
you.
been
This
so
was
much
so much fun. I'll make sure to follow you. And,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been fantastic.
And who knows, maybe you'll see more GPK
I hope
breaks
so.
from us in the
Yeah,
future.
no, absolutely. When Pro 4 comes out, you know I'm going to be taking that 150 spot.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Excellent. Titus, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And appreciate everyone hanging out with us online and in person. Once again, we're going to be live at 4 o'clock with another break. And Dave Gross is going to join us. So that should be a lot of fun.
You're going to have a blast. I'll try and stop by and say hi as well.
Absolutely. Come heckle me.
Absolutely.
But I appreciate you guys. I am going to kill this stream, and then I will see you at 4 o'clock.